All right, so right now we've got with us myself, Scott Ancaro, and the Reverend Josh Burnett. How are you guys doing?
Good. Even better that you called him Reverend.
What or Pastor? Which do you prefer?
Neither, actually.
Neither. Okay.
High Pontiff, 2013.
There it is.
Well, we just wanted to we wanted to just do a quick message for those who were there, who were not there on Sunday, or maybe who were there on Sunday, and just wanted to kind of get a recap of everything we talked about. And so we talked about a few announcements, and the first one we started off with Scott. And so Scott, tell us, just remind us what you did at Revolution and what you've been up to the past couple months.
Well, 2 years ago, I guess about 2.5 years ago, actually, at Lowe's Hotel, Josh got up and announced on our launch Sunday, first day of our new public services, that we were going to be a church planting church, and that my role on staff was a temporary one, was to help make Revolution happen on a week-to-week basis, but there would come a day where we would leave to plant a church. And for 2 years, we've been praying about that, exploring, and on January 1st, I guess officially, we moved into full-time work on that. And launching this fall, there'll be a new church, Revolution, partnering with a few other churches in our local church planning network to launch a new church in Baltimore City. So we're pumped about that.
Okay, so why Baltimore City?
Baltimore City, because there's crab cakes and there's Super Bowl rings.
There you go.
There you go. Actually, it's a city of 620,000 people, and it's a greater metro area of about 3 million. And what we just kind of were reminded of and blown away by was just that whatever happened in this city center really seemed to impact an entire region. And that's one of the things that's awesome about what we're able to do in Annapolis, what we've seen God do in Annapolis. So what's gone on in downtown as we gathered in downtown, we've been able to impact entire areas. And so God really put it on our heart to what if we went to the city center, and what if God would use us to start a church there? Really felt like we could impact the state, the region, the whole East Coast, and even the world. So we moved this past year to downtown Baltimore, and we'll start a church there.
Great. And so you felt like what you did at Revolution was a great training ground for you?
Yeah, it's been awesome to be a part of Revolution. We feel like this is a continuation of what's going on at Revolution. So we're excited to have Revolution be a part of this new work.
Okay. So you're going into Baltimore. You got a name for the church yet?
September of 2013, we will open the doors publicly to the Foundry. It's a name that ties into the industrial heritage of Baltimore City. And on top of that, it really kind of describes what we want to be, just to be a place to experience God, to come together, be formed into a new community of faith, and pour ourselves out to the city, to love the city, to serve the city, and we're excited about what God's going to do at the Foundry.
So I know you're going to need a lot of help, and Revolution's definitely behind you. We want to help you in any way that we can. And so that being said, what are your immediate needs right now? I guess both short term and long term.
Yeah, well, I guess just start with the obvious. We need your prayers. I mean, this is a daily just kind of endeavor to make this church happen. There's things that are behind the scenes. There's things that are not so behind the scenes, and it's a grind. It's a glorious grind. It's awesome to be a part of what God's doing, but it takes endurance and patience and encouragement. And so pray for us. Pray for my wife. Pray for my kids as we go on this journey. Pray for our team, the people who have kind of begun to come together and say that they're going to make the Foundry home, despite the fact that it doesn't have a location yet at this point. As far as a specific meeting space. The other two things I'd throw out to you is the first one is that we need some people that would be part of our launch team. We believe God's calling some people at Revolution to make the Foundry their church home. So maybe that's a person that lives in Baltimore or lives closer to Baltimore than they do to Annapolis, and they're willing to live with intention, kind of in the immediate area that they live. Maybe there's some people that don't live in Baltimore at this point, but would be willing to relocate. we would invite you to be part of our launch team. And the second thing I'd say, in addition to that, is there's a need for scaffolding and infrastructure when something new is being built, and this would be no exception. Just like a building needs scaffolding around it to help build that structure, we need some people that would say, I'm going to be part of the infrastructure of the Foundry for a while, just to help it get off the ground. So we're asking people to join our scaffolding team on some sort of regular rotation for a short time, and then after that short time, return to their church home. And so we've got a couple different rhythms that we can send out to you for you to explore. And I think that's really great if you've got friends or family or some people that you love that live in the city. It's a great opportunity for you to go to church with them, invite them to come and be part of the Foundry, get them connected, and your presence will help that a ton.
And that's awesome. So regardless of how people want to get involved, is there a good ideal way for them to get in contact with you?
Yeah, I think the starting point here is to email me at scott@foundrybaltimore.com if you want to contact me directly.
Well, that's awesome, Scott. We're excited for you, and we're just really excited to see what God's going to do with your and Amber's just willingness to answer the call, and so we're excited for you. We're going to pray for you, and Revolution's definitely going to support you in any way that we can. And
thanks, man.
so, Josh, now I just want to turn to you real quick because we had another special announcement. But before we get to that, I just want to verify that you are not leaving, are you? Are you staying at Revolution?
I'm not leaving, no.
Okay. All right, just checking. So we had another exciting announcement on Sunday. Can you talk about that for us real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. I think before I jump into that, just to say, kind of a word about what Scott's up to. Revolution wouldn't be Revolution without Scott and Amber, and so we just we appreciate them, and Sarah and I appreciate them so much, and everything they've done for the church, and so that's been incredible. And so as much as we're celebrating the new birth of a church and everything, it's kind of a bittersweet moment for us of knowing that our friends are not going to be with us every Sunday, but it's also that joy of knowing that there's going to be a place in Baltimore for people who don't like church, don't go to church, and so we're really excited about that. The other announcement that we got to make on Sunday was one that really none of us from the get-go, from me to our team of people that kind of help oversee the church and watch over the church, our management team, to any of our staff team, really saw coming, and that is that we're financially self-sufficient church now, and that's pretty incredible. We had worked with a plan that basically gave us 4 years from the day we launched to be financially self-sufficient, and so we're about 2 years and 4 months into that plan, and we've been self-reliant, self-sufficient. Obviously reliant on God, but covering our entire budget on our own as a church now for a couple months, and so that's been a huge surprise and something that we really need to celebrate, because a lot of church plants don't survive the first year, and so for us to be only 2 years and 4 months in and be completely self-sufficient as far as funds are concerned is pretty amazing. Pretty incredible thing. The other part of that is we've said for the last couple years, our budget is that we give away in missions 30% of everything that comes into Revolution, and so kind of the cool thing about this whole deal is we're self-sufficient and giving away 30% of everything that comes in, which is just absolutely incredible. It's unheard of for a church our age and our size. It really is. It's a huge win, and a really awesome moment to celebrate just what God's done in our church. And so we said on Sunday, yeah, we're self-sufficient, but don't stop giving or we won't be.
Yeah.
It's because people are generous that we're self-sufficient, and also just remember that our vision is not to just be a church here in Annapolis, but our vision is to be a church planting church, to send out more church planters like we've sent out Scott and Amber. In fact, I'm going next week. I'm going to be in Johnson City, Tennessee, assessing a possible next church planter in residence that we would bring in to be on staff here in this area, and so we're excited about that. So yeah.
Yeah, and that's awesome and amazing news, and I think even shocking even to us who maybe didn't see it coming. God just kind of definitely blessed us on that, and so yeah, that's just awesome news. So Josh, thanks for sharing that with us, and Scott, thanks for jumping on for a few minutes here and keeping us up to date with what you guys have been up to. And so there you have it, right out of the mouths of the pastor's lips. You've heard the announcements, and so I just want to do a quick reminder that we've got Easter coming up at the end of March here. We're going to have service at 5 p.m. on Saturday, March 30th, and then Sunday morning 8 a.m., 9:30 a.m., and 11 a.m. on March 31st. So we're challenging everybody who calls Revolution their church home to bring at least 5 people, and so we look forward to seeing everybody there with at least 5 of their friends. And then, as always, if you have any questions, you can email any of us or give us a call. So, guys, gentlemen, appreciate you all. Continue to survive the winter snowstorm of 2013, and we'll look back and remember this day in history.
Indeed.
All right. Well, thank you, guys. Thanks for being a part of this.
Yeah, man. Thank you.